Scripture is taken from the Lamsa translation of the Bible, St. Matthew, chapter 7, verses 7 through 8. Ask, and it shall be given to you. Given to you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For whoever asks receives, and he who seeks finds, and to him who knocks the door is opened. Thus ends the reading of our scripture, Matthew chapter 7, verses 7 through 8. I hope you all enjoyed the festivities of your Christmas holiday. And now we begin to look forward to the new year. I can't believe it's only 2 days away. And what is even more unbelievable to me is that we will be celebrating 2020. Many here may remember the year 2000. It seemed so far off in the distance, and it was such a big milestone to hit 2000. And here we are. We're on the dawn of 2020. During the Christmas season, we reawakened our Christ consciousness. But the birth of this new life is only the first step. Now our journey begins. What shall we do with this new life? And what is the next step? What choices will we make? And what doors will we seek to open this year? What will we seek to manifest? And how shall we grow in our physical and spiritual lives? Personally, I don't believe it's a coincidence that New Year's falls immediately after Christmas. And the reason why is because it's the next step in our transformation and in our growth. The new year presents us with an opportunity to release the old as we welcome in the new. Not to say that we can't do this every day, that we have to wait till December 31st, but there seems to be a concentrated focus on this, or our attention is more focused on this at the new year. And here we are on the heels of Christmas, and this awakened child, it's ready to grow and it's ready to experience life. But before doing so, we may want to purge ourselves of things that no longer serve us or that we've outgrown, or possibly limitations that we've placed on ourselves. It's time to make way for this new life so it can grow, so it can flourish. A clean slate for a new beginning. What a wonderful opportunity. We get to decide what we want to leave behind in 2019 and what we want to take with us in our journey of 2020 and what we want to manifest. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the service, our service today is going to be a little differently. It's not focused on my speaking. Rather, it's focused on you listening to your own inner voice. It is our New Year healing service. Healing the past, healing open wounds, healing our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies to bring balance and harmony into our lives. And today our healing meditation is going to be in 2 parts. In the first part, I will lead you into a meditation intended to go into a very deep soul level, to be honest with yourself and to identify what you need to release. What is it time to let go of? What have we outgrown? And this will be a shorter part of the meditation, And if you've noticed, there's 2 pieces of paper in your bulletin today. And the first piece of paper is for you to write down what you want to let go of. And the second piece, after we do the first part of the meditation, is what do you want to create? So during the meditation, and also for many of you, I put pencils by. You'll notice pencils on the pews if you were up here in healing, and I couldn't ask you if you needed one. But during the meditation, ask yourself, what do I need to release that is for my highest and greatest good? What will bring healing to my life to create the conditions for this new life to grow, to help me attain my desires and goals? And when you're ready, write them down on the piece of paper, come to the front of the sanctuary and pray over them. And then, since we can't burn in here for safety purposes, and they're confidential because some of this is very personal information, take it and just rip it into pieces. And then when we get home, we're going to take it and burn it in sage. And what sage is sage is used by the Native Americans for cleansing and for purification. And then when you're done with that, return to your seat, and when everybody's done, we will move on to the second part of our healing meditation, which is the manifestation. So now that we've let go, we've made space for the new. And we return to our seats with the intent of listening, not just on that physical level, but on that soul level. What does my higher self, what the divine essence of me, what does it want to bring forward in my life? What do we want to create on a physical level? What changes would benefit us in 2020? Is there something you've been wanting to try? Perhaps a new adventure, a new hobby, taking a new class? What do we want to experience and cross off on our bucket list? And how do we want to grow spiritually? What can we do perhaps a little bit differently to help us go deeper? Do we need to meditate more? Study more? What will bring us balance and harmony? So these are just a few questions to ask yourself. And whatever you seek to manifest, write it down on the second piece of paper, and that piece of paper you will keep with you. Scripture teaches us that as we thinketh in our heart, so are we. And the first step to creating is the thought. It's the desire. And if we can think it, we can attain it. And next, we start building energy around these desires. And writing them down is the first step, because what are we doing? We're transferring them. We're moving them from here, from conceptual, and now we're putting it into paper. That's one of the steps towards taking action. And be sure not to place any limitations or restrictions on your desires. This is not the time for that little physical voice to step in and say, oh no, you can't do that. It's time for the soul. It's time for the soul to step forward and say, I can do anything that I set my mind to. And then believe. And for those of you who were here during my sermon on the second Sunday of Advent, I gave a quote from a song by Josh Groban. And it reminded us, in his song it says, we have everything we need. Everything we need if we just believe. And believing in ourselves and know that we can do whatever we put our mind to. And our scripture lesson teaches us. What is our scripture? It's very simple, but it's really quite profound. If we ask, it shall be given to us. And if we seek, we will find it. And when we knock, the door will be opened. So if we never ask, we're not going to receive it. And if we never seek, we won't find it. And if we don't open that door, if we don't have the courage to open that door, we'll never know what's behind it. Be daring. Challenge yourself this year. Live courageously. And next, release these intentions and give them to God. But we can't just stop there. We give them to God, but we have to continue envisioning these desires coming into manifestation. We can't just say, oh yeah, I want to lose weight this year, and sit on the couch with our remote control eating Twinkies. It doesn't work that way. I wish it did. I wish it was that easy, but it just doesn't quite work that way. We want to be consumed with our desires. We have to put the action behind them. We have to be a part of the manifestation. We want to eat them, live them, breathe them, be them. And you'll find that the universe will place on your path whatever you need, situations or people or circumstances to attain these desires. And then enjoy. Accept and enjoy all that you've created. Sometimes that can be the greatest challenge. To believe that we deserve to attain our dreams. And then accepting, enjoying the fruits of our creations. May this new year bring opportunities to experience the bliss of your soul. May you climb even higher up Jacob's ladder until you attain self and God realization. And may your heart and home be filled with joy and love. Many blessings to you in this new year.
Amen.